We have a very special guest on Can Do FM. We are joined by Michael Eakin, who is the Chief Executive of the Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra. Welcome to Can Do FM, Michael.
Hi, Andrea. Thank you. Nice to be here.
Now, it's a wonderful job that you have. Can you share with us the journey that led to your role as the Chief Executive of that wonderful orchestra, the Liverpool Philharmonic?
Well, I've been in this job for over 15 years now. Incredible that it's been that long. I still love it. There's still new things all the time. My entire career has been in the arts, in running venues, festivals, arts organisations. I worked for the Arts Council England for a bit. I worked for a local authority in terms of kind of arts and cultural policy. But what I really love is running an organisation that puts amazing work onto a stage or out into its community, and that's what this one does. The Royal Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra was actually the very first orchestra I saw as a teenager. Yeah. We were living on the Wirral then, and my parents brought me, and I can still remember just the impact of seeing 80, 90 musicians on a stage making this incredible noise. So to come, all these years later, to be working for that organisation with that orchestra in this amazing hall, it's just fantastic.
What vision do you have for the Phil, taking it forward under your leadership?
Well, I think we, as a music organisation, see ourselves as a fundamental part of this city that we're in now, and a fundamental part of the kind of music provision and infrastructure in England, actually, in the UK. And for me, it's around always thinking about how do we exercise that role. Part of it is just doing amazing concerts on our stage and elsewhere in the region and in the country and internationally. But it's also about how do we connect with local communities and get them involved in music and music making and enjoying music and using music to enhance their lives. So for me, the vision is around, we've got this incredible organisation which has been here for a long time. It's a very strong brand. We're in a city that is synonymous with music, of course.
Yeah.
How do we use all the skills of our team, our musicians, our staff, and everybody else to really make a difference for that local community and to make not just orchestral music, but all the music that we present absolutely relevant to their lives? Because I think the arts and music are fundamental, actually, to all of us. And so it's about really tapping into that and being fundamental ourselves. That's my vision for this organisation. And I think, over many, many years, we've gone a long way to fulfilling it.
Great stuff. Thank you so much for your time today, Michael. It's lovely that you can come and talk to us. You have this partnership now with Barrow-in-Furness. What inspired the orchestra to partner with our little town?
Well, not such a little town. I think it's as becoming clearer and clearer every time we talk to people from Barrow. It's a town with a lot of creativity and a lot of pride, has had some challenges over the years, but lots of potential as well. And in that respect, actually, it feels quite like our home city of Liverpool. I think there are ties between the two places, both great ports and shipbuilding and all of that, of course. We were keen, I talked earlier about thinking about how we can have an impact on a community through concerts, through learning work, through participation work, and so on. And we were keen to think about how can we bring all of those strengths to bear on another place beyond our city. Clearly already we do concerts all over the country, but there's nowhere else where we're really working in that kind of intensive way, in the way that we work here. And so, we were interested to do that, and Barrow just feels like a natural fit. It's somewhere we've been talking to anyway about the possibility of bringing the orchestra to the town for concerts. So we approached some partners in Barrow and in what's now Westmorland and Furness Council, and were just met with such enthusiasm and such a, if I may say it, can do. And so that got us really quite excited and fired up, and it all came from there. So for us, it's about taking the kind of model of the way we work here, applying it somewhere else, and seeing if we can, again, have a really positive impact on the town.
Do you have any specific, examples of the work that's going to be taking place?
Well, we already have a number of concerts on sale. Our opening concert with the orchestra is in the Forum on the 20th of January. Already sold out, I think, although do keep inquiring for returns if anyone's interested. And we've then got a number of other concerts in different venues, the Forum again, but also in St Mary's Church and in the Town Hall through to June. We're doing some more informal, smaller scale concerts for under fives and also dementia-friendly concerts in Barrow Library in March. So that's a nice, very early indication of the kind of range of concert type work that we're looking to do. In terms of education and participation work, we're still developing our thinking on that, because one of the things that's been really important in designing this whole program has been to talk to and listen to people in Barrow, people who are already working in the music field, and doing great work, and who know far more about the place and what the needs are and what the opportunities are than we would coming in. So, but we're certainly developing some work around singing, around young people getting involved in choirs and in singing. We're also looking to, over the 3 years, put a group of our musicians into every single school in Barrow to perform for and meet students, and get them excited about music as well. But there will be more. We're still working on that program.
And I've been to a few sort of meetings and things, and it does all sound really, really exciting. And hopefully it will have a real long-term impact on the young people, or, well, anybody really, that comes that comes along to one of these events. Michael Eakin is our guest on Cando FM today. Michael is the Chief Executive of the Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra, who have recently embarked upon a 3-year partnership with Barrow-in-Furness, where there's going to be loads and loads of opportunities to engage with the orchestra in many, many different arenas. Michael, how has leading such a prestigious institution and engaging with these partnerships influenced your perspective on the role of classical music in today's society? I mean, there may be some people who say that it's a bit old-fashioned. It doesn't really appeal to very many people.
Yeah, we hear that sometimes, and I'm driven, I think everyone in this organisation is, by an absolutely passionate view that classical music is for everyone and is not old-fashioned, is not some sort of museum piece, but is absolutely contemporary, exciting music of today. The parallel I often draw is, I don't think people question if someone does a production of Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare, that's a play that was written, 400 or so years ago, but people still think of it as something that can speak to them now, and they'll go to a production, and that production is a new interpretation of the play, and they can relate to it. And it's exactly the same when we perform a symphony by Beethoven, as we will be on the 20th of January. Yes, it was written over 200 years ago, but it's amazing music, and it's being performed and interpreted by musicians who are here and now of this world today and are presenting it to an audience of today. And it's, so that's one of the things that absolutely drives me, and I've learned more and more in working in this organisation. We see it week in, week out. People come to a concert here, some who come hundreds or even thousands of times, others for the first time. And when the orchestra plays with passion and commitment and technical brilliance and all of those things, it blows people away. So, I say to people, most people like music, right? They're interested in some kind of music, and that's all this is. It's music. There's no right or wrong way to respond to it. You might like some of it, you might not like some of it. That's fine, but just come with an open mind and enjoy it, because when it's done well, it's absolutely, it'll blow your mind.
That's great. Well, we can't wait to welcome you on the 20th of January. As you say, folks, there is a concert being performed at the Forum. Yes, what you say, I do believe that it's sold out at the moment, but there may be some returns. And if you don't get to see that, then just, keep your eye on the social media posts and things, because there's plenty of other opportunities to engage with the Liverpool Philharmonic Orchestra over the coming months as we go into 2024. Thanks for your time this afternoon, Michael. It's been delightful talking to you, and thanks for everything that you're doing.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And just to say, as well as that 20th of January concerts, there are other concerts. You can find out about them on our website and on the Forum website, and there are still tickets available for those.
Brilliant. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.